Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be taking a look at the last of the newest Hogwarts Castle expansion sets. That's going to be set number 76401, the Hogwarts Courtyard, Sirius's Rescue. With 345 pieces, this set retails for $49.99 USD. $50, the same price as the giant Hungarian Horntail we looked at a couple of weeks ago. And that's a tough pill to swallow, especially when the Fluffies Encounter set from previous year retailed for $40 and was just about the same, if not slightly bigger than this set, but that's neither here nor there. The set contains 3 minifigures and 1 exclusive hippogriff character. Let's look at them now. Harry Potter, the man himself. Technically, this figure is exclusive, even though the torso and basically the whole character design has been used in the previous set, that being the hospital wing. However, his facial print here is brand new and exclusive for this wave, which is pretty cool. He's got the plain tan legs, no arm printing, unfortunately. A very nice open jacket design with a bunch of mud spots on it, considering he's been all over the place in this movie. Taking off his hairpiece, you can see he's got a relatively basic smiling face there with some new eyebrow designs. And on the back, that's his new facial print. Not a happy or scared or angry one, just more yelling. It's a very interesting facial design. He also has some pretty great back printing, which is a little hard to see there. There's some nice wrinkle lines along with some dirt designs, which is pretty great. It looks like a really good character, and it's very nice to get a new facial print for him. Even if it is slightly goofy, I mean, it's still a new facial print. The same goes for Hermione. Her torso also appeared in the Hospital Wing set. However, her facial print is brand new, and I like this one a heck of a lot more than I like Harry Potter's. Her accessories is going to be a very nice time turner print there, and she, of course, like Harry, has her wand design. The pink jacket is really nice, and I love the different dirt and hashtag designs there to kind of look, make her look all muddy and dirty. Very nice blue legs, and then pulling off her hairpiece, you can see she's got a pretty nice angry face on this side. On the other side, a very good scared face, which is brand new, and I love that design. She also has a very nice hood printing along with some more mud on the bottom of her jacket. A very great minifigure, exclusive, which is nice, and I love a new facial print. The Sirius Black minifigure for this set is incredibly interesting. He's not the same as the one they've previously released, which is interesting because this minifigure, apart from the fact that he's missing his hair, technically happened about an hour before this one did, because this was in the Dementor Attack set. And you can see the coloring on the robes on the inside there are different. This one's dark gray, this one's tan. Although this minifigure does have a jacket over top and is arguably more detailed. And it's just interesting that they completely changed the design there. I really like the coloring on his robes, and I think that the fact that they continue from the torso onto the legs there, great continuity. This minifigure actually looks a lot more similar to the robes they gave to Bellatrix in the CMF series, so it's interesting how they have like so many different designs for Azkaban robes. The minifigure has a very nice facial expression there with some really great beard printing, and on the back he's got an angry face. That facial expression is not unique, it's the same one he's had before. Some really great back printing, and I love this hairpiece for him, the Old Man Luke style. He's a great looking minifigure, could have benefited from some arm printing, but still great nonetheless. Buckbeak is a brand new figure. Previously, when this character was released, he was done completely in gray, not white. So it's very interesting they changed his coloring there. I definitely think gray was a more accurate color, but it's nice to get a differently colored hippogriff piece here. That way you can start building a flock and just claim one of them's Buckbeak and one of them's not. The Pegasus wings here make a return from, was it the Elves theme? You can move them pretty easily. There's a great posability with that. Buckbeak's head can also be lowered and raised, although there's no posability in the back half here. Would have been nice if they reused like a Lord of the Rings-esque horse style there, so you could rear the hind legs. It's got some wonderful beak and eye printing with some feather detailing there. A great looking minifigure, and I'm always happy to get more hippogriffs. It's a truly beautiful mold. The set also includes this. It's just a little barrel with some meat and some leaves around it for Buckbeak. It's there. That's all I can say for it. This set contains 2 chocolate frog cards. In this instance, I got Salazar Slytherin as well as Nicholas Flamel. I'm pretty sure this is my 10th Nicholas Flamel card. He's the most common by far. Let me know in the comment section down below what cards you got. Like all of the Hogwarts Castle sets in this specific style, this set is incredibly modular and splits into a variety of sections, much more than I was originally anticipating. Obviously, the first one is going to be the tower here, which detaches, and there are actually 2 different sections to that, a roof piece and the base piece. And then you have actually 3 sections for this bottom piece, which is a lot more than I was expecting. Both of these middle sections split, and then this one splits as well, although the staircase there is very fragile and unsteady. We'll look at that in just a second. This first section is very open because it's supposed to be the courtyard, so it's not really enclosed, and it looks really great, and it also provides a very nice angular section for the Hogwarts castle. So this does separate in the middle there, and you have 2 different pieces, which you can put together in a variety of different ways if you want to. You can have them together so that they're angled in the center here. You can have them this way. They're incredibly modular. Both of them are built basically identically. The only difference are where the different ivy kind of latches on the actual builds. They both have a single lantern piece there, and both of them do actually have detachable roofs. So if you wanted to, you could put these back together and add a normal, like 2-wide section on top of them. That's perfectly normal and something you can do. Or you can just have this be an empty courtyard and reattach the roof pieces, which are also on those nice angular sections. This is honestly a lot more bland and boring than I was expecting. While there's nothing you could really add to it, it also just feels very, very empty in the middle. And I get that's on purpose and that's very intentional, but it's just also very, very empty. And I keep thinking that there should be something else there. And granted, there is this little like chicken and barrel section you can put in the center of it if you want to kind of fill up the space, but that also doesn't really do too much, and it's not really, I don't consider it much of the set because it's kind of just a couple of extra pieces thrown together. The exterior is quite nice, and we do have some very nice gold frogs here used as texturing, and there's some more plant life on the exterior here and the nice sand grief roof tiles, but aside from that, it's a very boring basic expansion to Hogwarts Castle. The next 3 sections comprise the tower of this courtyard, and I gotta say, the bottom layer with the stairs here is the worst Hogwarts Castle section I have ever experienced, ever. And that's not an exaggeration. Now, you think it'd be pretty hard to mess this up, considering it's just a box with a staircase. And now what the problem is how the staircase is designed. That's not supposed to happen. So ordinarily, in every other instance of Lego doing a staircase like this, they'd have a solid piece. Instead, this time, they use singular barrels to stack up, which is not sturdy at all, especially considering they didn't even try to put like a pole or a stick or a wand or anything through them. Like if you took a lightsaber piece and put it through the center here, that would work so much better and add basically nothing to the set. Instead, it's just a stack of these, which if you put the slightest bit of pressure on it, it just shatters because these pieces are not meant to be load-bearing or stack up, and the entire staircase breaks way too easily. For reference, it's not like I'm asking a lot either, because the part needed to actually improve and fix this staircase is still in production because it was used in the 2018 Hogwarts Great Hall set, which, if I'm not mistaken, is still actually on store shelves, or was until very, very recently. So LEGO still has the part. They just completely cheaped out and like artificially increase the price, the piece count of this set for no reason, when one piece would have been so much better here, and I literally don't understand it. That being said, it is really nice to see the spiral staircase return. It's weird that in the entire rebooted line of Harry Potter sets, we've only seen this like classic feature implemented twice, which is very, very interesting. Moving aside the staircase, the next section up is going to be a pretty empty office space. There's a very cool table here, angled very nicely with a candle and a feather on it, along with a pretty decent build for the firebolt, although there's definitely some problems with it. While I like how they integrated the stirrups design the broom actually does have, the gray grip piece might have been the wrong choice because it looks very out of place inside the broom. I do love the new piece, how it's like a 2-for-1 there. You get 2 different pieces to make one broom. Very reminiscent of the way they did the mop for the Series 15 janitor. However, the handcuff piece just feels slightly out of place. I can't see that as anything other than handcuffs. I think the original way they did this back in 2019 was a much better design, all things considered. This section does have a singular sticker on the inside there, just a Hogwarts crest, which is nice. It kind of brightens up the room a bit. And on the exterior, you have a very nice large-scale sticker with some plant life and masonry decoration. The walls here are also indented with the castle pieces. I'm not sure why they didn't flip those around and have the indent on the interior. It does add a bit of depth and detailing to the exterior of the castle here, which is nice, but ultimately I probably would have turned these around if I were building the set myself. The set is also completely curved here, which is a different shape for the tower. When you attach that to the actual staircase design, it looks pretty decent, although the corner piece here is a little like awkward, kind of jutting out there. But the next section, which is the actual prison tower, is also curved, so when you attach that, it's a perfect fit, and there's no problems there. The actual prison tower is a very basic section. It consists of just a floor there with a couple of brick pieces, no green on it until the very top of the tower. The prison cell itself just sits on there, and it's got a slight wiggle to it. There's a torch on the exterior, a door with a gold handle which opens. There's enough room in there that you can take Sirius Black and just kind of shove him back there. There we go. And then you can lock him up there, and now he's in prison. There's a sticker with a spiderweb on the interior of this tan piece right here. And he has some pretty great pieces to complete the Hogwarts spiral there in the classic green coloring. It's a very nice prison section. It's pretty cool because it gives another tower to your castle design, and you can add this into basically any other part of the set, though I definitely would recommend keeping these 2 sections together just because of that aforementioned curve section. Before moving on to the box and everything, I just wanted to show you an alternate combination for this set. You could split the courtyard design around the actual building, makes it look like a much smaller version of Dumbledore's office there. Actually, it takes up the exact same footprint. It doesn't look the best, especially with some of these like arch designs and the curved tower kind of going only one way. This definitely is a set that's better used to be split up and kind of dispersed amongst your Hogwarts castle. Together, it doesn't have the best aesthetic. The box of the set is very interesting. Just like the previous Hogwarts Castle set, Dumbledore's Office, you can see a previous set in the background of this one. To me, that looks like the Astronomy Tower from 2019, 20? I'm fudging my dates there. I think it was 2020. So that's really interesting. I don't think the other sets in the background, I think those are just like actual castle designs. I don't think any of those are real sets. It's definitely not as present as the previous one, but still pretty great. The rest of the box is very simple. We have another design for the courtyard reflected behind the actual set, along with Harry rescuing Sirius from the top of the tower. All the minifigures listed on the top here and on the back of the box, you're going to see a different combination of the set, how you can open the courtyard around it, and it's really nice how you can get the stairs kind of spinning around there. You have a cool design with all the other play features, Harry on the firebolt and everything. God, the ending of this movie with him on the firebolt was atrocious. It advertises the collectible wizard cards in the bottom there, and that's it. Instruction manual is very plain, so much empty white space there. Hey, just like some of my videos. Anyway, the design is very, there's like no shadows. It just looks bad. Windman on the back, you got the parts list here. And then of course you're gonna have an advertisement for the other sets, how to combine them and mix them all together, which is pretty great. Right after this video, either tomorrow or the next day, I should have a video out on how to actually do this yourself. It's a really great one. I made a really cool castle, if I do say so myself. Wizard card advertisement, and then the completed set. You have a progress bar using Hermione, and that's it for the set. Overall, this set is probably a rather great addition to the LEGO Harry Potter line. That being said, the price at $50 feels very, very bad in my opinion, considering you only get 3 minifigures, none of which are like really all that attractive, considering both that Harry Potter and Hermione variants basically appeared in a previous set, that being the Hospital Wing, and Sirius Black appeared in a much cheaper $20 set back in 2019. Granted, this is a different version of that character. However, I already have a Sirius Black. The only reason I ended up buying this section was just to get more parts to expand my Hogwarts Castle display, but ultimately, if I wasn't having to do a review for it for the channel, I would have passed on this for a very long time until I could have found it on sale, or maybe even passed on it altogether. While the new Buckbeak is very great and is a completely different colored character to the last time he appeared, again, I have a Buckbeak, and this set doesn't offer anything new. None of the sections are incredibly, attractive. They also feel a little empty, and definitely the Fluffy Encounter set, which is basically the exact same size and shape of this set, is a much better deal, considering you get more minifigures, the Fluffy character, and a much more filled out set. Make sure to leave your thoughts about this set in the comment section down below. I'm going to give it a solid 5 out of 10. It's good, but not great. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a fantastic and safe rest of your day. I'll catch you all in the very next video.